you said there's no possibility that you'll just retire from all this, even for a period of time. Say, look, I need a break for a couple of years.
No, because I don't need a break. I don't need a break. In fact, it's going to be the opposite. When this ends, I'm going to be like, shucks. Now what?
All right.
You don't believe that I'm going to miss all this garbage. I know you don't believe me, but I'm telling you, my whole life has only ever been. From the age of 4, I was playing chess professionally. I was a professional chess player, and then I became a professional athlete, and I was a professional fighter. And now I get to fight against the Matrix inside of the Romanian legal system, probably one of the most rigged games you can possibly play in a language I don't understand. It's entertaining. I need something else.
Solitary confinement doesn't sound entertaining.
No, that's just the consequence of losing, which motivates you to try harder. It's entertaining. Right. It's an entertaining struggle. It's a game. It's entertaining. I'm not saying it's fun in the entertaining, happy entertaining. I'm saying it's entertaining as it gets my attention. It gets my attention. And not many things really do, to be honest with you, in this world. Not many things really get my attention. I see people and they're like, oh, wow, a new movie's out. Couldn't give a fuck. Netflix, have you seen this show? It's great. Well, it's not real. It doesn't matter.
Do you like the adrenaline of it?
Oh, I guess so.
Because that one I can relate to.
Well, we're all biochemical creatures. I guess I do enjoy the adrenaline. I mean, when I was last arrested and the judge let me go, you saw how angry I was when I came out and I was yelling at the cameras saying, this is disgusting. I don't know if you saw that clip. Me saying this is disgusting what they're doing to us. We have families, etc. I was chemically charged. Sure. Yeah, I mean, what is life? You want to feel things. That's why does a drug addict do drugs? To feel something. Even if it destroys his life. To feel something. That's why people...
Our drug mine is business, yours is fucking up the world.
Well, it's not fucking up
the world.
It's not fucking up the world. I'm saying that if you are feeling something, even though there are negatives attached to that emotion, if you are feeling something in this world nearly devoid of emotion completely, you're always going to miss it. Yeah. If you even ask a drug addict, how was it when you were addicted? Part of him will say, well, I did have some good times. There's something about it. I'm not saying I want to lose. I'm not saying I'm guilty. I'm saying that I am currently entertained because the consequence is significant. And how can you be entertained by something with no significant consequence? If you play a video game and you can't die, it's boring. It only matters if you can die. Why is gambling entertaining? Because you lose your money. If every time you gambled, you lost your money, they just gave it back to you, you wouldn't even feel anything when the wheel spins. I'm not saying I'm guilty of anything. In fact, the fact that I'm innocent makes it more entertaining. If I was guilty, I'd be kind of defeatist. I'd be kind of like, oh, well, that's justice.
Does it piss you off?
I deserve it. But because I'm innocent, I'm like, no, I have to win. And it keeps me occupied. When this is gone, I'm going to fill it with trying to have 50 sons, because otherwise I can't just be occupied by the mundane, normal. A lot of, especially people who don't have lots and lots of money, imagine that you get into this rich world, and once you're rich, world becomes fun. And really the only thing that's fun in life is work. The only thing that's fun is the thing that made you rich in the first place. That's the reason it made you rich, because you found it fun. There are no fun activities to do once you're rich. The only thing you can really do is slow things down. So a poor person has a 1-hour lunch. I'm allowed a 4-hour lunch. Great. You can add some time to things. But I don't know. I see there are some other rich people who, they get enamored by wine, and they think that giving their life to tasting different grapes is somehow not a complete waste of consciousness. But they're dipshits. And that's why they're not important. And that's why they're not going to have 50 sons in the UFC roster. And that's why no one knows who the fuck they are. So when I talk to other millionaires and like, oh yeah, I'm going to wine. I like to spend my time wine. Well, then you go do that. I'm having 50 sons and I'm fighting the Matrix. So I guess life is just, it's a game. We're living in a simulation. And if you want a high score, you have to choose the highest difficulty. Yeah. So I want a high score. I get to be a legend when I walk this case. The Romanian legal system with a 97% conviction rate came at me with a false indictment and I walked. High score, high difficulty, high consequence. Or I get to go to Rahova, the worst jail in Europe. Like an old Soviet Russian jail. Either way, it's going to be a cool story. Like, what are we so worried about? What's there to fear?
I'm terrified of jail. You have no fucking idea.
Nah.
You have no idea.
Don't worry about it. It's fun. You just got to change your mentality towards things. You got to see it for what it is. And if you see it for what it is, and you see it as an experience and see it as a way to upgrade yourself, men have never upgraded themselves in any other way but suffering ever. In fact, the only thing that would upset me about going to jail is that it would delay my 50 sons. However, the stories from jail would be good for my 50 sons. So there's no light without dark. Perhaps if I can get enough conjugal visits, if I can to pull off the sons from jail, then I get the best of both worlds. And I can tell them all the story of when I was thrown in a hole somewhere deep in Romania.